Have you ever felt like you're walking on eggshells around someone? Like your emotions are constantly being twisted, dismissed, or used against you? Whether it's subtle guilt tripping, love bombing, gaslighting, or power games, emotional manipulation is one of the biggest strains on your feminine energy and your self-worth. But beautiful, here is the truth. Your dark feminine power is the antidote. Not the wounded, reactive kind, but the calm, unshakable version of you who sees through the games and refuses to play small. Today, we are going to be diving into how to recognize manipulation, how to protect your energy, and how to reclaim your emotional power like the queen that you are. So I want to get started today, beautiful, with how emotional manipulation targets your feminine energy. You see, manipulation, it preys on your empathy, your softness, and your desire to be loved and accepted. It's designed to make you question your reality, walk back your boundaries, and abandon yourself just to keep the peace or maintain connection. If you were brought up in a religious family or background or whatever, these strategies are used to really manipulate people without them even knowing they're doing it. I'm telling you. It's about using guilt, it's about using shame, and it's about being involved in things that maybe other people should not be getting involved in, because it really doesn't have anything to do with themselves and their lives. But that's how, in my experience, faith communities work. So you are here now empowering yourself, but your dark feminine doesn't chase validation from anyone. She chooses herself over and over again, and you might find that hard if you've constantly had people pushing you and being involved in everything and trying to get, you to act in a certain way and do things and not, let's say, approving of certain things that you do. Your dark feminine doesn't chase validation. She chooses herself. She sees manipulation not as a personal failure, but as a cue to tighten her standards. That is exactly how, you're going to go on a journey. And if you feel that you're being emotionally manipulated, you're going to have to start to pull back now. And you're going to have to develop that strong armor. You're going to have to develop a very strong energy boundary where you're protecting your energy, where you've got your safe haven, where you are allowing yourself to be safe. Because when you pander and you bend all of your rules and all of your boundaries to manipulation strategies that are being used, then what's essentially happening is it's dimming your life force. It's making your emotional stability just decrease. It's making your bright, strong, amazing energy is just dimming and darkening that down, and you feel drained and depleted. And it can affect your health and wellness. It can affect every element of your life. So I want you to comment below, have you ever caught yourself shrinking to keep the peace? Not saying things that need to be said to keep the peace. Even making excuses to keep the peace. This is another big one. The people who are manipulating you are trying to, for some reason, assert this level of control on you. You're totally irrelevant to them. It's about meeting their needs first, and that is why it starts. And again, like I say, people often have really, really good interests. They really care about you, but they are still acting in a very inappropriate way because they're not understanding that in life, people have their own sense of free will. People have their own lives. People have their own standards, their own values, their own morals. And it's not okay to just constantly be involved in trying to control situations. And that's how it all starts. It's always about control. So I want to just move on to the second point, which is that dark feminine power equals detachment and boundaries. Now, I just spoke about that slightly, but this isn't about becoming cold. It's not becoming rude. It's not about being unselfish. If you're somebody who is being manipulated, you're probably somebody that cares way too much about other people. You care about everyone's feelings. Everyone's feelings are on your mind all the time. But it's not about being cold. It's not about changing. It's not about being a horrible person. It's about becoming unavailable to anything that drains your energy, like I said earlier. When somebody tries to emotionally manipulate you, your dark feminine energy doesn't overreact, doesn't beg, doesn't react. And that can be very difficult if you are in situations that have repeated themselves time and time again. It could be really easy to step back into that reactive, or, the way that you would normally handle previous situations, so easy to step back into that. But your dark feminine energy actually observes way more than anything else. She observes. She takes the time that she can. She decides. She acts. So you protect your peace with silence, with stillness, and with sovereign energy. There are some really powerful boundary setting phrases that you can start using immediately that I'm going to help you with, because it's all about boundaries. So if you feel in your heart like you're being asked, oh, can you do this? Or I want you to do that. Or let's do this. And you're really put on the spot and you're feeling like, no, I want you to make that conscious choice to be like, no, I'm not doing that. It stops now. I have one life. I will do things in my way. I will do the right things, because your emotional guidance system is telling you when things are good for you and when things are not. So if you want to get off that hamster wheel finally of always living someone else's life, then these are some phrases you can use. So when you're pressured to do something, you can say things like, thank you for asking, but that doesn't work for me. Or, I'm not available for that right now. Or you can say, actually, I'm choosing something different this time. If, people are saying, oh, but you always do that. Oh, but we've always done this. Yeah, I'm choosing something different this time. I hear you feel that way. That's another one. Oh, they might start to actually shame you. The person might actually start to shame you or guilt you into doing it. Oh, you're being so unfair. This isn't all about you. Maybe you could just not be so selfish. Maybe you should just think about the other person. I hear that you feel that way, is your response. I hear that you feel that way, but I still won't be participating. Or, but my answer still stands. And it's just about being a bit of a broken record, because people think that they can use all these strategies, guilting you, shaming you, pushing you. They're not going to give up. All you're going to say is you're going to pull back. You don't need to, and let me tell you, stop the long messages. Okay? You don't need to be writing a novel in a text. It can literally be, sorry, I can't, sorry, I can't make that. Sorry, it's not possible this time. Thank the person, but it's not possible. Assert that, okay? Now, what can often happen in this situation is you're going to be asked why. Why? What are you doing? You don't owe anyone explanations. Even if it's your family, even if it's people that are really close to you, really close friends, even if it's your boss. If it doesn't come under that professional, like the points of what you have to do professionally, you don't owe anyone explanations. You are a grown woman and you get to choose what you participate in and what you don't. Now, I would also say on that point, some people are very good, especially if it's people you've known for a long time, they're very good at saying, but why? Wanting to know why. Well, what are you doing? People that can't read the room, that can't understand that you're not disclosing everything in your life, they will say, why? What's the reason? Like, as if you owe them a reason. It's like, you don't owe anyone explanations. And I know it might seem unbelievable to say that, but you don't. You don't owe anyone explanations. How do you get out of that? Well, an easy way is to repeat what they just said back to you. So, you've already said, I hear you feel that way. I hear your point of view. I'm still not taking part. I still won't make it, blah, 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 whatever. Why? You just can repeat it back to them. You say, I'm still not taking part. And that's the end of our conversation. Thank you. Let's move on now. If they really don't get that very, very clear thing, but why? I want to know why. You don't need to know why. Now, we're moving on now. Or it could just be, you don't start to go into the spiral of, what's it all about in the gossip? Because guess what? The reason they want to know why is so they can talk about it, think about it, try and come up with other reasons and other ways to coax you into doing things that you don't want to do, that you know are not right for you to do. So when you pull back your energy, you're not giving reasons, because those reasons are going to be used against you. This is really sad to say, but I know this because I've learned this. This is really sad to say. And this is why you need to be guarded if you've ever experienced this, because you're protecting yourself. I want you to let me know in the comments, which of these phrases are you going to try the next time that you are being pushed into doing things that are very wrong for you. I want you to let me know in the comments. Okay, now I want to move on to the last point here, which is situational awareness, because this will help you to actually spot the manipulation before it hooks you. Because sometimes you don't even realize people can be so good without even realizing it. They can be so coercive, so sweet, so lovely that, it's like you're hooked. So let's get real, okay? Because these are some of the major red flags to look out for. So if you're constantly around this person or these people, constantly second guessing yourself, you feel guilty for having needs or setting boundaries. This is a huge one. If you feel bad and you're like, maybe I should just do this. Maybe I should just this one time. If you're feeling any guilt, that's wrong. You should not be feeling guilt. If you're being praised one moment and then torn down the next, if they twist your words to make you the villain, if you know that they're talking about you behind your back, and then you hear other people that you're very close to, who you have an amazing relationship with, they're spinning that narrative and you're like, okay, I see what's happening here. You see that narrative is being spun in the background and they're talking about that. Listen, some people have nothing else to talk about other than you. But yeah, twisting your words to make you the villain, that's a big one as well. Trying to make you the bad one, trying to make you the selfish one. And actually, you're probably the kindest, sweetest, most caring ever. But they see you as an easy target. The empowered dark feminine, she doesn't justify things. She doesn't care. She withdraws her energy, and she does care. It's going to be hard for you. She cares because you're a good person. But you need to start using your dark feminine to be seen and be okay with being seen as a bad one. If it means honoring your truth, this is the biggest thing you're going to ever have to learn how to do. You need to be okay with being known as the villain, the bad one, the one that doesn't care, because it's simply not true, and you're not buying into that, and you're not justifying it, and you're not arguing about it. You're literally detaching from that, because you know you're not the bad one. You know that you're the kind, caring, considerate, amazing one. And you can see what's happening because you've learnt to spot what emotional manipulation looks like, and you know it's going on. And you know that you're not caving into that, because it's just allowing the person or the people to continue to use these tactics and strategies on not only you but on other people, and it's allowing that behavior to continue. Okay, you need to understand that your peace is more important than approval, and that could kill you if you've always needed approval and you've never got it. It's not going to change now. If you've never been given approval by certain people, no matter what you do, you are never going to get it. And this can really hurt you if you're somebody who's maybe worked your whole life trying to gain approval from people around you that you care about. They're never going to approve of you. So why don't you just start accepting that right now? Live your life, be your best self, have an amazing time, and focus all of your energy on the things that are going to make light in the world. Not things that are going to trail you and drag you back down to that feeling of insecurity, insignificance. You're not a pawn in someone else's life now. The more you stay grounded in your body, your breath, and your inner knowing, the harder it is going to be for anyone to shake you. So you need to build yourself back up on your own. I want to finish today by just reminding you that emotional manipulation loses its power the moment you recognize it and you refuse to feed it. Feeding it is entering into any type of conversation about your decisions, okay? Your energy is sacred. Your emotions are valid. You don't need to justify or even assert them to anyone. Your power is non-negotiable. So what's one emotional pattern? I want to let me know below in the comments. What's one emotional pattern or one person that you are ready to stop giving power to? I want you to know now in the comments. I want you to get ready and I want you to finally step into your dark feminine era, not to control others. We don't do that here. But to stop letting others control you. Now, as I mentioned before, there is an amazing tool for you, the Manifestation Power Pack, where you can unlock amazing, powerful tools to help you manifest abundance, confidence, and absolutely everything that you were born to achieve in life. If you want to download that, there's going to be a link in the description. And also you can find out all about latest offers and amazing things over at mrsmanifestation.com. But I just want to remind you today, okay, you are so worthy. I want you to remember to subscribe for more deep energy work, shadow healing, and manifestation wisdom, because you need to clear all of these blocks to manifest your dream life. And I want to finish by asking you, let me know in the comments, what is one emotional pattern or person you're done giving your power to? Let me know now so that I can support you through this journey. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next episode.